Welcome back to my channel. If you have not already liked, comment, and subscribe, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Karlissa woke up and decided to be messy again today, honey. She is spazzing out and mad about Chrisean Rock again, okay? Evidently, she feels like Chrisean Rock is the reason Blueface is even in jail. Like he can do no wrong. Girl, your son is the devil, honey. But we about to get into what she got to say and the messiness about Chrisean Rock, honey.
When you got two black eyes and you Google right now, every time they got in a scrap and she took off on him first, bow, bow, bow in the streets, Vegas, in Arizona, in California, every video, she taking off on him in the club, she taking off on him everywhere. Just like she did James Wright, just like she did everybody else. So imagine my son trying to go through that too. And still trying to be there and help her. He didn't add her to the jail case. She should be on that case that he in jail for. They got into an altercation with a girl in Las Vegas. They did after she punched the girl. I don't know what the girl said, but she punched the girl. She's almost 8 months pregnant. What was my son supposed to do? Stand there and take the L? No, he went in and helped her. The girl wasn't having it. There are 4 or 5 victims that have been treated the same way my son been treated. So should he have got himself out the situation when I told him to? Yes. When he let her jump on me, that was his cue to exit. That was his time to exit. But all he saw was they was going to make a bag. And now you have to pay for that bag. You have to pay for what happened. And he's accepted that. He understands that. He's sitting there taking full responsibility for what they did. So she could be with her son. But that's okay. We can keep doing what we're doing because the blessings know where they belong and where they go and where the blame lies and where it goes. Either way, my son is not denying the baby. He's telling me that that's his baby, that he want to get out and do right by all the kids. So for me, I'm blessed and highly favored just for him to have that mindset. Because most people, when they get out of jail and they baby mama doing this and they down for something they did together, would try to like get you back. Like, bitch, I took 2 years of my life and sat down for you. And all I asked you to do was sit down with my son. And I'm getting all of this hesitation and resistance. It's kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. And that's where it is. And yes, absolutely, a person would feel some type of way. Like, this charge was both of ours. You hit the bitch and then I handled the shit. Yes, he was on probation. He should have known better, and that's why he's sitting there, and that's why he's accepted all of the responsibility for his part. That's why he's not angry. That's why he's not bitter. So, I mean, either way, if it's his son or not, we can't, I'm telling you what he said, so I can't go against what he's saying, and either can you. So, everybody, including me, needs to do some soul searching and needs to do some mental health evaluations. Going to church and hanging out with the church people is good. We really have to. What toys to play with? What toys not to play with? Like 1 to 5 is very crucial times. And then she was in jail for 3 or 4 months. So it's like, we got to get on top of this. Then you got his dad telling him everything that's going on. I don't know, so I can't tell him. His dad is there in the house, so he knows what the baby needs. But then y'all get on here, y'all trying to dim her light. Y'all just want to be Chrisean Rock. No, none of us desired ever to be Chrisean Rock. We just wanted to get a house and some land, own some shit, and live happily ever after. We was not trying to be over here, over there on everybody's couch and all of that. We never desired to do any of that. Our whole plan was to get some Cali land, relax, and enjoy life with our babies. I don't know what y'all thought our plans was. Oh, I just want to be famous. No, nigga, they said I needed to get a house and be big mama and be here with the kids. And that's what I agreed to. That's why I went to help him with the restaurant and the kids and the house. You can't dim her light. No, that's what y'all said though. Why would we not like dimmers. We would rather her be rich and famous and be like, ooh, yes, we put in on that. We'd rather her make it than to be like, somebody's like, oh shit, that shit was for nothing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Vacuuming glass out the back of his head in the hospital with a whole vacuum cleaner. Like, it's funny. Like, I would have been so concerned that I just hit you in the head. You might have some bleeding. Something could go wrong. Like, you can't just hit somebody. A Henny bottle is hard as fuck. So to break a Henny bottle over somebody's head and then vacuum it out is crazy. But, her fans will say that's normal shit because that's the type of lifestyle that her fans live. This is how they live. They think it's cute. They think it's funny. It's entertaining. And they not telling her woman to woman, like, you know what I'm saying? You might not want to do that. He could have got hurt and then you could have caught a real case. Like, if he would have went to court and told the judge that she hit me in the head with a Henny bottle, she'd still be in jail. But no, he didn't do that. He didn't even finish getting the shit done at the hospital because they was asking questions about who hit him in the head with the Henny bottle. So instead of him answering the questions, he walks out the hospital with the whole fucking gash in his head with a paper towel on the shit. And it really hurts my heart that a person that's gone to God doesn't come to their fans and tell them, you know what? I am at least 80% responsible. And I apologize to my victims. I apologize for what I've done instead of letting y'all think that, oh, whoa, this is the way it was. That's how I would come. I would just, you see how I just come clean about how, you know what I'm saying? I could be like, my husband put me down, y'all. He took my neck and he did this and never say what happened to me. But I take full responsibility for my part that created and established that. Even my daughter says the same thing about her dude. Like, he wasn't like that until I started boop-bopping him, and that's why she doesn't do that anymore. Because she feels like she set the tone for that in the relationship. So when my own daughter comes and tells me and takes accountability, tells his mom, you know what I'm saying, and takes accountability, then they can co-parent. Then they can be friends, because it's like you recognizing what you did wrong. But y'all still steady leading her down a path of victim, and it's just making her practice being a victim more and more, because that's what y'all showing. That's not going to help her in her next relationship. That's not going to help her in her next marriage. That's not, you know what's going to help Blue in his next marriage, in his next relationship? You know what's going to help him? Him taking full accountability. Him sitting in that cell and not growing hateful or vengeful, and spending 2 years away from his kids for it, losing all his assets and all the stuff that is costing him. You know why why he's gonna come out healed? Because he's not gonna come out pretending to be no victim.
Honey, Karlissa will never be there to help the situation. She is going to bring all the mess and drama and make it all worse, okay? I cannot stand Karlissa. Sometimes she's making some points, but sometimes she's just plain old messy. But if you have not already liked, comment, and subscribe, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.